Hi, welcome to another episode of Kika Tips. I'm your host, Michelangelo Barques. Um, the emails have been getting kind of interesting. Some have asked me to teach jazz, which I can. Some have even asked me to teach Latin, which I also can. Just that my heart is in metal, or somewhat. But I even had one that said, can I play other instruments besides guitar? I mean, it's obvious I can play the Martin and Socrates, and I'm going to prove it to you. Alright, so here we have is a bass, and I'm tuned to D sharp, which is a half step down from your E standard, otherwise known as your E flat. So here's my G string. Here's the D string, otherwise known as C sharp. Here's my A string, otherwise known as your G sharp. And then finally my low E, otherwise known as D sharp. And I'll hit that a couple more times just so you can really get your instrument in tune. Alright, so the song we're going to be playing is the song Sweet Child of Mine, or at least just the intro part, because it's a whole long song and I don't have enough time in this little short vidcast. But we're going to do the intro part to Sweet Child of Mine, and let's get started. We're going to take it from the D, or the 5th fret. Well, it's an E flat, but just consider it a D, because that's what most rockers do. They tune down half a step, or maybe even a whole step, but they still call it what the strings were initially. Alright, so we're going to take it from the D, and when you hear the intro, da 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 da, when you hear that part, the second time around, you're going to climb on that D. Now you notice how I made that last hit definite. It's just because when the bass starts, it starts off right there. Now we're going to take it from the 5, starting with the second finger, and we're going to go from the 5 to the 4, basically a D major scale. Now from the 4, we're going to go 4, 5, 7. So we're going to go like this. Okay, so this is what we got. 3, 4. Now from there, we're going to go to the 9, to the 7, to the 5, to the 4, and then back to the 5. 5 off the A. So this is the very beginning of the song. 1, 2, 3. I'll play slow first. 3, 4. Okay, you got that? Again, we're taking it from the 5 to the 4. 4, 5, 7, 9, 7, 5, 4, 5. 5 on the A string. And then we're going to take it to the 3. Now when we hit the 3, we're literally just going to go to the 5th, meaning like a power chord, just a 3 to the 5. Alright, so now this is what we got. Now from there, what we're going to do is we're going to kind of bunch up between the 3rd and the 2nd fret. I hope you can see that. Third and a second, and we're just going to climb from the 3 to the 2, back to the 3 off the A. See that? Just maybe about twice. And then from there, we're going to go to the G. So again, we're going to go. So all together. Alright, well, it looks like somebody's playing bass. Alright, so when we go to the G, we're just basically like playing the 5th, but on a guitar it would be the power chord with the pinky on the 5th fret in the case of the 3rd. Because notice how I'm holding the G power chord, but when I hit the G and then I go 5 5, it's two different things. Again, G 5 5. Alright, let's try that again. Now, the reason why I keep going over and over and over is so my listeners out there can get it, because I've seen some of the instruction videos on here. Some go too fast to the point where you're like, what the hell? You know, this is wasting my time. And then the others, you know, they go so slow, and you're like, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. And I kind of want to be in the middle, the medium. But sometimes we can't have one or the other. So I always try to be in the middle, to where at least you kind of understand where I'm coming from, but at the same time you're learning. Alright. Okay, here we go. 1, 2. Now from there, we're going to go back to the D, and you know that thing we did here on the 3rd fret? We're going to do the same thing on the 5th fret rather than the 3rd fret. So we're going to go. You see that? It's the same thing that we're doing on the 2 and the 3. Except we're doing it on the 4 and the 5. Alright, so now let's take it from the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you notice how my body's kind of semi-dancing. It's dancing through the music in my head. Dancing is again another lesson. But just to make a long story short, dancing can kind of help us keep in time. It's like a human metronome. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you ever play with a metronome, you know you're most best equipped with a metronome when you can have like some kind of spunk. Okay, so one more time, and then we'll go ahead and play with the CD. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, now if I taught you good, it should all make sense. But this is the first time I'm trying with a separate thing here. So as you saw, as the song progressed, there's another bass line as well before the singing even starts. So let's go over that part. Alright, so we're going to start from the D again, and it's basically the same thing, except we're going to hit the note twice. So we're going to hit 1, and then 1, 2, 1, 1, and then so forth. So we're going to go like this. See, so we hit the 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, after you hit that 5 for the 1 time, we're going to go 5, 7, 5, 7. It's almost like Duff was thinking more pentatonic, if anything. But anyway, and then we're going to take it from the 3, and then same thing. Now this is a little bit different. We're just going to go 3, 2, 3, 3. So it would be like, now when we hit the 3 here, it's still the same thing. You're still hitting that like 1, 1, 2, 1. But the only difference is this would be where a real bass line comes in, because then Duff does play 3, 4, 5, and then we go right back to the D. Alright, so just to recap, when we go back to the tree here off the low E, we're just going to go like, and then we're going to go 3, 4, 5, and then when we go to the 5, almost the same thing, and then automatic. So alright, so now let's try this. But you know, if this works out, then I can show you more songs. And it's always believable when the instructor has some reference to for the students as well, besides taking the instructor's word. But anyway, here we go. My name is Michelangelo. If you want me to teach something, like all these other people, they always have some kind of idea, please write me at SocratesBestFriend@yahoo.com. That's Socrates, SOCRATES, bestfriend@yahoo.com. This is Michelangelo, signing off.